welcome back to the channel. Anyone that's been following along has been seeing me do some reviews on bike lights lately. So I've decided to put all of these lights into one video. We'll go through each light, kind of weigh the pros and cons of each one. I'll also try and set my camera up in full manual mode, and we will try and compare brightness. It's pretty hard to do it on camera, but hopefully I can translate that. And then of course at the end of the video, I'm gonna go for a ride with all these lights on my bars. Combined, this is over 12,000 lumens of light. Should make for a pretty interesting ride. So let's dive into this and check out each light. So the first light we'll talk about is the Vastfire. I purchased this one off wish.com. There's also lots like it on Amazon. It was under $50 to my door. So that's a pro right there. It's an inexpensive way to get into night riding. Another pro is the battery life. This thing lasts a really long time. Let's get into the cons. Cons are mounting. It comes with this weird little mounting bracket that would go on either side of your stem. I thought that would be a nice solid way to mount it. It doesn't fit on mountain bike handlebars, they're too big. So the only other way you can mount it is this a single loop that goes on your bars. It only fits over by your grips. And it's made of pretty soft plastic. It hasn't broke on me yet, which I'm actually quite surprised. When you get riding into rough terrain, because it has such good battery life, which means there's a couple batteries in there, it's heavy. So once you start going down the rough stuff, it starts to wobble and it creates almost a strobe light effect. So that's a pretty big con. And the only way you can mount it is on the handlebar. It doesn't have any sort of helmet mount. You could possibly get creative, but I wouldn't want this on my head. It's quite heavy. So let's move on and talk about the next light. So our next light is NiteRider Lumina 1200 boost. I believe this light was $179, and that comes with your light, the handlebar mount that you see there, and a USB charging, and all that's in a Ziploc bag. Pretty underwhelming packaging, but that's okay. That's not what we buy the lights for. It is a pretty effective light. It's nice and bright. It's 1100 lumens on high. Has the boost of an extra 100 lumens that you don't even really notice. The only downside on this one is, I would say, the runtime. You only get a slightly over an hour of runtime on its high settings. You can mount this one on your helmet as well. You have to purchase that extra piece, which only works on a vented helmet. And this is primarily what I use this one for. I usually have this one on my head. Yeah, pretty decent light. A little expensive, but good quality for sure. Moving on. So next up, we got the Voyager from Oxbow Gear. Absolutely love this light. This is a 2100 lumen. It's an external battery light. So this is super lightweight to have on top of your helmet. And then the battery pack that you see here, throw it in your backpack and you don't even notice the weight. Absolutely great value out of this one. It comes with the very similar helmet mount as the NiteRider Lumina. For the vented helmets, you just thread it through. It also comes with two adhesive GoPro mount pads that this light just snaps into. Also comes with the handlebar mount that you see there. This is the only light that I have that comes as the whole kit like that. So you can use it on your head, you can use it on your handlebar. Also comes with this awesome case to keep everything organized. Again, USB charge. Absolutely love these lights. They're probably the best value that you're going to find out there. $119 for this kit here. Highly recommend. Let's move on to the next light. Next up, we got the Maverick from Oxbow Gear. This is a 1000 lumen helmet mount light. Comes with everything you need to mount it on your helmet. Internal battery, but it is very compact, as you can see. So nice and lightweight to be on your helmet. This thing will run for an hour and a half on its brightest setting, which is pretty good. It'll do 7 on its low setting, so what I would do is climb up, maybe not even using it, or have it on its low setting, and then as you start riding downhill, crank her up. Again, from Oxbow Gear, comes with an awesome little case to keep everything organized. Super awesome feature to have. I love having the case. You're not going to lose any charging cables or mounts or anything like that. Let's move on to the next one. And our last light is the RN 3500 from Olight. This thing's been co-branded with Magic Shine. They make really good lights. This is a 3500 lumen light, super bright. It has a pretty awesome mount. It uses a Garmin mount. Super easy to put on and off. It's also the only light that I have that you can fit right in the middle of your handlebar, right beside your stem. Pretty awesome mount in my opinion. Really good battery. You can actually use this thing as a power source to charge your phone or do anything like that with it too. It's got USB port in for charging, as well as battery indicator. The only negative thing I have about it, and it's really not an issue, is all this excess cable. I just have to find a way to manage it a little bit better than I've been doing. I can probably tie it into the Velcro that goes on your frame. Really good light, brightest one I have. Another con could maybe be the price. It's $270, which is getting up there, but there's lights that are like $800. So this one, 3500 lumens, is more than bright enough for anything that you need for sure. So if you're seeing 6 tiles on the screen, I figured out how to do this. That's pretty cool. Top left, we got the Vastfire 2400 lumen. Top right is the NiteRider Lumina 1200 lumen. Interesting how the 1200 lumen is brighter than the 2400 lumen. Bottom left corner, we got the Olight RN 3500. Brightest light out of all of them for sure. Bottom middle is the oxbow Voyager 2100 lumen. And the bottom right is the oxbow Maverick, which to me is the most surprising one. It is the lowest lumen count on paper, but it's definitely brighter than a couple of the other lights. So let's go for a rip with all of them on. Here's a little preview of what it looks like, and I'm also going to throw an extra light in there too. I'm going to move the Maverick up to my helmet and put my second Voyager that I have on the bars. Let's do this. Whoa, that tree's low. Whoa! Well, that was a pretty fun ride. Something I've always wanted to do is have lights all the way across the handlebars. If you're on Vancouver Island and you've never been night riding before, I would encourage you to give it a try. If you don't want to spend the money up front and buy some lights, I do not have a problem meeting someone at Mount Zuhalem. I'll bring some lights for you to try out and we'll go for a little rip. If you liked the video today, please hit that subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.